everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Jen and I wanted to share a little craft that I've been thinking about for a while, and so kind of excited about it. It's going to be a little sign that is going to be near my coffee pot. So alright, so we're going to get started. We're going to go over to Design Space and make the design for our sign and then get it cut out and adhere to the wood. Okay, so I have decided I'm going to start with this Saved by Grace and Coffee, just pretty plain, nice and easy. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose this design here, mainly because I like the coffee cup. Trying to decide if that's really what I'm going to keep, but I thought it would be a good way to start out. And what you'll notice is down here in the corner, since I've selected two designs, there's down here in my queue, if I wanted to delete one, I could hit the X. But what I would like to do is go ahead and click Add to Canvas, and they will populate. Okay, let's shrink them down just a little bit. And then, okay, I'm going to choose this one layer right here. You can see all the different layers in this one design. So I'm going to move it over here, just kind of out of the way for right now. And then we have this other one, and we're going to put it right there for right now. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to create a box. And this box is going to be the same size as the opening of my frame. And I'm going to resize it. You can resize it by moving this, or you can resize it up here in the top. So I think I'm just going to put 6 7/500. So 6 3/4, and here 6 3/4, 6.75. And then I am going to change it to white because my frame has a whitewash on the inside, and so I want to be able to see what it is that I have visually that's going to match my frame and my design space, kind of have them all together. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to move this over here, but when I do that, you'll notice that it goes behind. So I can either right click and say bring to front. I can also go up here to the Arrange menu and click the same thing. So I'm going to bring that here and put it right here. Now this is the end, the border of this box is the border of my frame, but I'm not going to put it right up in the corner like this. I do want to have a slight buffer. And then what I thought is we have this one design right here. Okay. And I really just like the coffee mug. So what I'm going to do is I have this selected, and I'm going to come over here to contour. That button is available for me, and that's because this is all one layer. And essentially what I want to do is because all of these things need to basically go away except for the coffee mug, I'm going to hit Hide All Contours. So everything is gone. But I do want to bring in the coffee mug, and I'm going to hide the life. Okay, so all of this is hidden. So I have the coffee mug, and then I'm going to start. I need around the coffee mug. I need the steam here. I'm going to keep going, and I'm just matching the pictures that look like they go to the coffee. You can also come over here and you can click on these images individually like this. So really it's up to you as to whether you use this side menu or you do this. And if you want to, oh, I don't want this. We need all this hidden. Okay, so everything that's grayed out is not going to show. And I'm going to go ahead and click the X to see that I did get this all correct. And there it is. There is my cute little coffee mug. I'm going to bring it over here. And again, that is needing to come to the front. All right. So this design Let's see, I could actually have it right here. That might be cute. I could make my words bigger. So I'm just going to kind of play around with this for a minute. And it's kind of fun because sometimes we come up with a design and then we're like, oh, well, maybe this would look better. Actually, I kind of like that. And then, let's see. Actually, I think that's pretty good. I want to just keep it simple. So I think this looks really good. I actually really like this. And I don't know that I want to really change anything else about it. I do kind of want to check out this coffee mug one more time. I'm going to go back into contour. And I'm just going to see, I need that turned back on. This little part right here. And I'll come back. Okay, that's so much better. I don't know if you noticed, but the handle was completely obscured because I didn't have this little piece there. All right, I think that looks amazing. All right, so one thing I want to do is I want to hide the square because I do not want the Cricut to cut out a square. I just want it to cut out my vinyl words and coffee mug. I'm going to go ahead and select all of these items and I'm going to weld them together. Okay, now the reason why I did that is because I'm going to go over to make sure that everything, this will actually print as one design. Now the mat here looks black because the color of my design has been selected as black, and so Cricut Design Space will sort your different colors into different mats. So all of this is exactly where I want it, and it is how I want it. Let me show you what happens if I don't have this thing welded together. Let's see. I can undo the weld, okay, and then when I go to make, it turns it like this. And that's definitely not what I want. I don't want to have to put all of these individual pieces. So that is one reason why I like to double check. Go ahead and select all of my items. I am going to weld them together as one piece, one basic cut, and then everything looks perfect. I'm going to go ahead, before I hit make, I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to change this to Saved by Grace and Coffee, and there we go. Perfect. Definitely save early, save often, just like if you were typing a paper for school. All right, this looks fantastic. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I think this just looks so good. We're going to go to continue, and it's going to look for my maker. I have the Maker 3, got it for Christmas. I'm so excited. Let's see, I am going to be choosing premium vinyl removable, and you can always find that if you just unroll your vinyl. I'll show you here in just a moment. It'll tell you what you have. Okay, so default pressure, I'm actually going to change this to more because I like to make sure that the vinyl does get cut really well, very clean cuts. No tools are going in here. I don't have a scoring wheel, I don't have a pen or anything. I have the fine point blade in clamp B, and then it's prompting me to load and unload. So now I'm going to take you over to the overhead camera, and we're going to get this all assembled on the mat. Okay. All right, so now let's get this loaded into our Cricut. Okay, so I'm going to load this in. I'm going to make sure that my green mat is underneath these plastic clips and up against the wheels. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit the load button. Okay, so this is done. You really want to check that you like the cut before you hit the unload button. Otherwise, if you were to try and stick it back in, it would be really hard to get it exactly in the right spot. So I tend to just double check it before I hit the unload mat feature. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to turn the mat over, and we are going to just gently release the vinyl from the mat, these mats are really bendable, and we want to keep everything nice and as flat as possible. So finally I'm going to, and I can see this in the lighting, but I'm basically now, I'm going to just cut around this so that I can save as much vinyl as possible. Fantastic. All right, and then my favorite part is the weeding. This is just my favorite part. It's almost like magic. It just kind of reveals itself. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking off all of this outside negative space, and then I will be weeding the inside of the letters and of course the coffee cup area. So I just grab the little corner here, and then I just very slowly and if you ever get, like, if the vinyl that you're using, like if it's too much vinyl to deal with at one time, I have cut off some of this extra stuff just to help with the oh, and sometimes it just does that, which is kind of cool. All right, I think I'm going to be really gentle around this coffee cup because I don't want to mess that up. That coffee cup seems really sweet and fragile. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through and weed out these middles. Just grab go. Weeding is definitely my favorite. Well, other than the final project and putting it together. This is a very easy design to weed. I made a design to cover my Cricut in some spots and chose a mandala and holographic vinyl, and oh, it's just gorgeous. But wow, the weeding is so small. I kind of actually had to get a magnifying glass. I have one of those lights for crafting that has a magnifying glass on the end. Yeah, that was really, my eyes were really feeling their age on that one. Look at that. That is so pretty. I am so impressed with that. Okay, so the next thing is, well, before I stab myself, I really like scissors that have these, you know, sheaths on them to A, keep your scissors sharp, and B, so I don't stab myself. So that's kind of fun. All right, but actually I need the scissors, so I'm going to cut the tag off. Goes in the trash pile. And then again, I just got this from the Dollar Tree, and I kind of was thinking that it was going to be like, you know, more than $1 because not everything's always $1 anymore, but it was $1.25 actually. And then I'm going to get my transfer tape because we are going to take this and we're going to transfer it over here. And you can see, like, look, that is, wow, that is going to look amazing. Okay, so we'll move this off to the side. Grab our transfer tape. I was working off of the transfer tape sample roll that came with the machine because I just got this machine at Christmas. It was kind of funny. I was watching YouTube videos on Cricut. Not sure why I thought that, but then the next thing I know, Santa was bringing me a Cricut. I'm going to save the sheet that the transfer tape comes on because I will reuse this probably one other time every once in a while, depending on what it is that I'm transferring and what I'm putting it on. I can get 2 to 3 uses out of it, but since this is wood and has this finish on it, it'll probably only work twice, but love to save our materials. So I will scrap the corner here. Okay, so something I forgot is if I turn the transfer tape over, then usually, and I don't know why I wasn't thinking of this, but take my weeding tool and I can just pierce the paper side, the carrier sheet, and pull that up. That actually goes a lot faster. So, and let's see which way. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to only pull off about, you know, like a little inch or so. And I'm going to place that on my design. Right like this. Get that down. And then what this allows me to do is very carefully, I can pull this carrier sheet off. It lays down nicely. Right? And I'm going to save this because I'll be able to use this one more time. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to burnish the front and the back with my little scraper tool or squeegee, whichever way you like to call it. So there's the front and then the back. I found that by doing both sides, you actually get a better transfer. Okay, so, oh, that's just going to be so great. Right. And I have to laugh. Just side note, this is actually a piece of wood. I was going to do a wood burning project with this, and so I had it, and my husband, he likes to paint. He actually is really good. Well, he borrowed my wood and used it to paint some of his things, his figures, and didn't know I was going to be using it for a wood burning project. So, and I needed a more soft surface, or I needed a more solid surface instead of just, you know, I didn't want to use my nice table. But anyway, I covered this with just fabric, or not fabric, but vinyl, and then it was just way too much, way too much black and white buffalo check. So I took my white vinyl and put it in the center and told him that he could not paint on this side. We would have to share the board until I get my new craft mat. Okay, so here we go. We are going to get this all centered. This is the burnishing it down really good. You get this. Isn't that amazing? And then I am going to, all right, so I've got to decide how I want this. Because it does have these little lines. So maybe we'll have the saved be down a little bit and the and be up a little bit. I think that okay, so before before I burnish that down, I'm just going to kind of look and see. So that's about 1/2 inch. That's about 1/2 inch. That's 1/4. That goes to the end. Okay, I might move it over just a smidge before I actually get it down. Just a hair. Okay, I'm going to call that good. I think that's good. All right. And I'm just going to go little by little. And I've never put vinyl on anything that had these little lines. So kind of made it a little more difficult. But regardless, I think it looks fantastic. I'm going to find, okay, and then slowly, oh, there we go, one little spot. That's why we go very slowly. Poor Ian, very ornery. There we go. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That looks good. I love it. All right, so now I can save this for another project. Probably just one more. All right, that looks beautiful. Okay, so now I am going to make a bow, and I really hope that I can make this bow work. I think it'll be super cute. Let me grab my hot glue here. My sweet daughter is such a crafter, and she took my nicer hot glue gun. So I have the little tiny glue gun. So I think Mama needs a new one for herself. And then glue sticks. Okay. So this is going to be the center, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to we don't need a ton of glue, just enough. And I found these, I'm hoping, you know how when you like use the glue gun and you get, like, you go like that and then you don't want to burn your fingers. So I saw these, actually I saw these at the Dollar Tree as well. And then I can push this down and I won't burn my fingers. Okay. Feels a little weird to do that, but in some of my bigger projects, I am always burning my fingers. This, I didn't use as much glue, so actually it was okay. Wow, look at that. I did not plan on that happening. I figured it would. That's pretty symmetrical. Okay, so that'll be the inside part. And, all right, so one of these, okay, so one of these is longer than the other. This is about 11 inches. This one's about 8.5. And I'm going to fold them in half here in a minute. And then this was 4.5. So just in case you're wanting the dimensions. So what I'm going to do, I am going to fold this over, grab the glue, and then get that. This is where this is handy. We got glue. Okay, perfect. Get this. Perfect. So now I have a little, like a little band. All right. And I might trim just that one little spot. Well, I'll wait till it cools a little bit. Okay, then we're going to do the next one. My glue gun sounds like a squeaky door. Okay, and then this one. Here we go. Actually, that cooled pretty fast. All right. And, okay, so when I lay this one down, it looks pretty good. Get all the little strings off. Looks pretty even. This one, little even except for that one spot. So I am just going to trim that like this. And then maybe on this side. All right, so these, the part that I glued, I'm going to put to the back. I have always really struggled with making bows, and then I saw somebody make these bows, and I was like, holy cow. All right, so one is smaller than the other, and that's fine. That's kind of how I want. And then I'm going to pinch this. This is going to be the middle, like this. And we are going to get this. And I'm trying to decide if I really need as much as and we're going to, all right, this will come around. And I don't think that I need all of it. I think it really, I can get away with not as much as I was thinking I needed. Okay. So it'll be like this. And then we'll get it all straightened out. All right. Straighten out this front piece here. And then I'm going to bring the longer side down. And like this. This is way better than any bow I have ever made, and it's still not amazing. Like, it doesn't look like, you know, super showcase, but way better than any bow I have ever made. Okay, and that will go on here. And I think I'm going to put it like this or like this. Well, the coffee's there, so I think I'm going to put it over here like this. And I'll just get that stuck on there. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? This is amazing. You could use wire ribbon, but again, I was out of the black and white wire ribbon that I thought that I had. So I am just going to have to improvise. I shopped my craft space, used some scrap fabric, so that's a win. And you can always, like, I kind of really want this. I'm just going to put it like the ever so slightly small dot right there. And I think that top one's fine. This one. So check that out. Guys, this is so neat. I am so excited that I was able to come up with something creative for our kitchen area by the coffee, because we drink a lot of coffee and I need a lot of grace. I hope that this inspires you to shop your craft space, make something fun and cute that will make you happy, bring a smile to your face. And all right, well, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Like and follow my channel if this was an inspiration to you. And I will see you next time. Happy crafting!